Hello, is this 110? I need to report something. A Resident Evil dungeon appeared on my wall. Please save me. Then a round glowing gate appeared. Through it, I saw a ruined rotting restaurant with dried stains from some strange liquid. Black rain washed over the ruins outside. A few zombies staggered through the rain. Far away, a giant human-shaped shadow flickered in and out. Close it, shut it now. As my will surged hard. The blue vortex on the wall shrank at once and vanished. I was truly a genius. With a jackpot this big, handing it to the country was clearly right. Over 10 minutes later, someone knocked on my door. Were you the one who called? Yes, officer, did you bring guns? Bro, how much did you drink? Guns. Why not ask if we brought our hands? Young man, you called us, saying a biohazard portal opened at home. And there were zombies. I know it sounds insane. But whatever you see, do not move. Do not touch it or go near it. When the two officers saw the portal and the ruined world beyond it, they both gasped in shock. Is this a hologram? Is 3D tech this advanced now? This is not a special effect. Wait here. I rushed into the kitchen. 10 seconds later, I came out holding a live chicken. Watch closely. I threw the hand straight through the gate. The frightened bird had just reached the door when it let out a piercing scream. Its feathers quickly turned black and withered, and its body began to mutate. The living room fell deathly silent. Call command. Case number 9527, room 302, building 4, Happy Garden. Major unknown incident confirmed. Not a criminal case, not a fire. There is a door here. It leads to hell. Request SWAT backup. Request hazmat troops. Request lockdown of the whole community. Issue level 1 biohazard alert. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. The once peaceful Happy Garden community was soon patrolled by jets and helicopters, while police cars and armored vehicles sealed every road. Inside the temporary command room, Lin Han, 24, local resident of Caning, freelance designer, parents deceased, no criminal record, no mental illness history. Half an hour ago, you said a door opened on your wall, leading to a parallel world. We have verified it. Our technicians have already entered, and drones completed an initial scan. The air sample results are back. Aside from many unknown viral aerosols, oxygen levels, gravity, even atmospheric pressure match Earth exactly. It really is another Earth. What about my apartment? Your apartment is now a top-secret national site. Everyone in the building has signed a confidentiality agreement and has been relocated. From this moment on, it no longer belongs to you. Or rather, not to civilian Lin Han. Then what about me? Am I getting dissected? Chen Guofeng's serious face rarely showed a faint smile. No. You are worth far more. Just then, General Zhao, seen only on military news, walked in. Young comrade, tonight must have scared you. I am okay, I know the situation. Can you control that door? Like opening, closing, or moving it? Opening and closing, yes. I control it with my mind. Moving it, no. And I can sense its size. Seems connected to me, but I do not understand it yet. Opening and closing is enough. Young comrade, I now ask you one question on behalf of the nation. You know what this door means, do you not? It is a crisis. If the virus over there leaks through, our side could face extinction. But it is also a chance. A whole new parallel world with unknown technology and resources. You hold the key to opening it. What will you do? I fell silent, although when I called the police, I had already decided. But facing a mind at this national level, the pressure still made it hard to breathe. Sir, I am just an ordinary citizen. I do not know grand truths, but I know what is over there is too much for me alone. So I hand this door to the country. But I have one condition. Say it, I want absolute state protection. Not just from the monsters over there, but from anyone who might try to use me. I only trust the nation. Comrade Lin Han, the nation accepts your trust. Form a strategic special operations team at once. Codename Spark. Specially recruit Comrade Lin Han. Grant him the civilian rank of Major as special advisor to Project Spark with regimental level treatment, and list his close relatives under level 1 protection. I stood outside the isolation glass, watching 6 fully armed soldiers by the gate. Get ready. All units, attention. This is not a drill. Chen Guofeng's voice sounded over the combs. This is an exploration across space-time. Our first goal is to confirm environmental safety, then collect samples and assess technical risks. If you face uncontrollable danger, withdraw at once. I took a deep breath and raised my right hand, though thought alone could control it. I still made the gesture out of habit. Countdown, Chen Guofeng ordered. 3, 2. Open the door, I willed it. On the wall, the deep blue vortex spread fast, a thread of air carrying death was instantly sucked away by negative pressure. Environment team, report, yes sir. Radiation beyond the passage is slightly high, but within safe limits. Oxygen matches Earth levels. Viral aerosol reaction detected, but activity is very low. No airborne transmission. Confirmed no airborne infection risk. Team leader Lei Longjong stepped in first. like passing through water. The next second, he stood in that ruined room. Advance 1, respond if you hear me. Check communication signal. Static buzzed, Advance 1 speaking. Signal strength is good. Ready to move. Copy, report in. Command, I have reached the target zone. Visual confirms an indoor space. Building structure is badly damaged, but no collapse risk for now. On the command center's large screen, Lei Long's first-person view appeared. Dust covered the floor, mold marked the walls, and black dried blood lay nearby. The remaining 5 members entered one by one and began working with discipline. Captain, look at this. One member wiped thick dust away, beside the rubble in a corner, revealing a flattened metal road sign. Haishan number 3 High School. Beneath it was an old school bag, with several exam prep books spilling out. The command center went dead silent. General Zhao's voice turned hoarse. Simplified Chinese, Haishan College exam materials, plus the same gravity and air composition. I think there is no doubt anymore. This is not some alien planet, nor some demon realm. This is Earth from a parallel world. I stared at the screen, with mixed feelings inside, though I had guessed it. Seeing familiar traces of civilization still made it hard to breathe. Wait, movement. Lei Long's voice sharpened. Something outside. The feed switched to his main view. His gun aimed out the window. At the end of the street, a figure crawled along the ruined wall. Like a humanoid hunter, it suddenly stopped and looked up at the 3rd floor. Its face was gray, mouth split to the ears. A blackened screech followed. Everyone, combat ready. Lei Long's voice was terrifyingly calm. Target locked. Permission to fire. All units, target sighted. Target traits. Tactical analysis team, begin analysis. Moving on all fours. Extremely fast. Skin gray-white with severe decay. Likely an unknown zombie virus host. Looks like a hairless monkey. I could not help muttering. That is no monkey. Chen Guofeng pointed at the data. Based on its bone structure, it used to be human, only severely mutated. And look at its nails. The image zoomed in. The monster's nails were 10 centimeters long, shining like metal. The monster below lost patience. Its hind leg muscles tensed. It is about to jump. I cried out. This is the 3rd floor. But it launched upward like an arrow, grabbed the 2nd floor railing, and rushed toward the 3rd floor window. Too fast. The analyst recorded the data. Recommend raising threat level to low grade. Facing the monster charging in, Lei Long did not even blink the moment it leapt. He pulled the trigger. Bang bang bang, 3 shots. Short bursts. The first bullet shattered its right shoulder joint. The second shot blew through its skull. The body flipped in midair and slammed down onto the street below. Target eliminated. Lei Long reported calmly. Death confirmed. Head is the weak point. Body is downstairs, awaiting orders. Zhao Jiangwo slammed the table. So this thing is not that mysterious. As long as physics still works, our firearms are effective. I also let out a breath. What I feared most was bulletproof monsters. If bullets can kill them, things get much easier. Sample team, attention. Chen Guofeng sounded a little excited. Collect samples immediately. This is the freshest first-hand data. I want its muscle density, bone strength, and those black nails. What are they made of? Advance 2, come downstairs with me. The rest stay on the 3rd floor and keep watch. The 2 landed fast, dragged the corpse into the 1st floor hall, and began sampling. Command, sampling soldier reporting. Initial tests show high viral activity inside the target. Also, its bone density is 1.5 times human levels. Muscle fiber strength is twice normal. These nails are mainly keratin, mixed with metallic elements. Hardness is close to steel. Metallic elements. Chen Guofeng paused. How did it absorb metal? Maybe it ate some metal-rich mutant creature. Or perhaps the virus can absorb metal elements from the environment. Interesting. Chen Guofeng adjusted his glasses. If we crack this biological metal process, our body armor and tank plating materials may see a revolution. Wow, they are already thinking research. I was stunned listening. So this is how the national team thinks. Captain, new situation. Anomaly at 12 o'clock. The sentry's voice came through the channel. Lei Long moved to the window and saw zombies at the street end, drawn by the earlier scream, gathering toward them. 12 o'clock, visual count over 50. Lei Long reports, they are approaching us, requesting orders. Zhao Jiangwo waved his hand. Probing contact is over. Now we need a stable bridgehead. Order the hazmat engineering unit to enter now. Use the room with the dual crossing gate to establish outpost 0. Tell the soldiers to save no ammo. In this world, anything in range is a target. All squads, free fire. Lei Long's voice rang out. The chief said, do not save ammo. Send them off, hit the loud ones. Puff puff puff. Rifles stretched from 3rd floor windows, weaving a net of death. In under a minute, over 50 zombies became corpses. Targets fully cleared. Good. Zhao Jiangwo gave the second order. Engineering Squad 1, enter. Establish Outpost 0 at once. A group in special operations suits rushed through the gate, moving so fast it dazzled me. Deploy sealed partitions. Begin gap filling. Air circulation system connected. Transmission lines being laid. I felt like a lucky mascot. I had underestimated the infrastructure maniacs. Within 5 minutes, the ruined room's 4 walls were covered in silver alloy panels. Soldiers sprayed polymer gel along the seams. This gel, once exposed to air, hardens within 10 seconds, forming a molecular seal. Chen Guofeng explained beside me. Viral aerosols cannot pass. Even nerve gas could not get through. Then inflatable purifiers and air hoses were installed fast. The connectors used magnetic quick-release joints. That is an emergency disconnect, General Zhao explained. If an uncontrollable crisis happens, or you need to close the gate urgently, the connector can detach with one press and seal the opening in 0.1 seconds. Clean and instant. A chill ran down my back. They planned everything. Report, Major Lin Han. Core zone airtightness test passed. Internal pressure adjusted to positive mode. Report, power system successfully linked. Otherworld voltage stable. Report, military broadband base station is set up. Full signal. In less than 20 minutes. A sci-fi style modern outpost was complete. It is done already. I stared in disbelief. Basic construction is done. Zhao Jiangwo turned to me. Comrade Lin Han, we need you to go over there. Me too. You are the door's owner, he said firmly. We need to test if you are on that side, whether the door can stay stable. And some things, maybe things only you can sense. That one-sided slaughter gave me a huge sense of safety. Fine, I will go. 10 minutes later, I put on a special light protective suit. Standing before the gate, my bedroom had become a temporary command center. Let us go. Zhao Jiangwo came with me, with 4 guards at his side. I nodded and stepped through the glowing gate. The floor felt strange. It had become anti-slip steel. A faint smell of ozone filled the air. Welcome to Outpost Lin. Chief, Lei Long gave a salute, then nodded to me. I looked around. Through the bulletproof observation window, I finally saw the apocalypse myself. The sky was gray, the streets a mess. Zombie bodies lay everywhere, soaked in black blood. What is the gate status? Chen Guofeng's voice came through the comms. Very stable, a technician answered. Initial tests show, no matter which side Comrade Lin Han is on, the dual crossing gate stays stable. Open state is excellent. Zhao Jiangwo walked to the window and pointed at a jewelry store nearby. Gold gleamed inside the counter. That is a gold shop. My eyes went wide. Looks like we are lucky. Zhao Jiangwo smiled. We found hard currency right away. In this world, gold is scrap metal. He patted my shoulder. But back on Earth, it has been the strongest currency for a century. With it, we can trade for more steel, more chips, and more food. Comrade Lin Han, ready to be a porter. Early the next morning, Outpost Lin split into 6 teams. Squad 1 handled extraction. Squad 2 secured the entry. Squad 3 brought sacks and shovels. Lei Long was assigning targets. Jewelry store at the corner, 150 meters. Threat level. I held hot soy milk by the window. Zhao Jiangwo had banned me from leaving the outpost until the area was cleared. I fully supported it. Move out. A small team filed out. Suppressed rifles fired short bursts. The only sound of that morning. Through Lei Long's camera, I felt like I was there. 5 minutes later, they reached the gold shop. Security confirmed. Lei Long led them in. No zombies. Safe. Tactical searchlights came on, and the shop glowed with gold. Damn, I cursed while staring at the screen. Gold necklaces, gold bracelets, gold rings were scattered like trash on counters and floors. Lei Long picked up a gold bar and wiped it, then held it to the camera. Consultant Lin, how does this look? Back on Earth, gold is over 600 yuan per gram now. This bar is worth 60,000. I muttered to myself. Here, it is worth less than instant noodles. Of course, Chen Guofeng's voice came through. Gold's value comes from society agreeing it is money. When order collapses, that agreement collapses with it. In this world, the only hard currency is survival goods. Water, food, medicine. But on our side, Chen Guofeng paused. It is still industrial leverage, foreign reserves, and hard currency for buying advanced tech and strategic supplies. Stop staring. Lei Long put the bar away. Get to work. What happened next opened my eyes. One soldier smashed the counter with his rifle stock, while another swung an engineer shovel like a reaper, scooping gold and silver jewelry with the dust straight into army sacks. There is a safe here, blow it open, Lei Long said calmly. Then came a muffled boom. The heavy security door burst open. Inside were dozens of 1-kilo gold bricks and piles of paper money like trash. Lei Long picked up a bill, worth 1,000 credits, printed with a space elevator and a borderless map of East Asia, marked East Asia Union Central Bank. A space elevator. Regional unity. My heart shook hard. This was a highly advanced world, maybe even on the edge of the space age. Yet it was destroyed. The soldiers packed gold bricks like ordinary bricks, and Lei Long ordered all papers and chip devices to be taken back as well. Report, Captain. Inventory complete, a soldier reported later. Estimated gold weight, around 52 kilos, plus 15 kilos of platinum, and 52 kilos of diamonds and jade, over 30 million, and this was just one small shop. I nearly stopped breathing. This was not wasteland, it was a treasure bowl. Pull back. The soldiers carried sacks full of gold, as easily as bags of potatoes. 20 minutes later, I finally touched that heavy gold bar. It felt unreal. Zhao Jiangwo smiled at the spoils. With this startup fund, our next purchase plans can move freely. He looked at me. Comrade Lin Han, your merit is priceless. Another great credit. Chief, this is nothing. I set down the gold bar. Compared to this, I care more about Captain Lei Long's footage from earlier. I pointed at the distant CBD outside. If we can find the bank vaults there, or the servers of those tech companies. My gaze sharpened. That is the real treasure. Zhao Jiangwo nodded with approval. No rush, one bite at a time. Zhao Jiangwo turned to Lei Long. How is the drone scouting going? Report, a technician switched the feed. A hummingbird drone just detected. A special heat source 2 kilometers away. Inside an unfinished building zone. A red dot stood out on the screen. A heat source, I leaned in. Not just a heat source. The technician zoomed in. Spectral analysis shows it is sunlight reflected by a mirror. Very regular, like Morse code. Morse code. Zhao Jiangwo's eyes narrowed. Translated, it says SOS. The technician answered. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, repeated. Survivor, Chen Guofeng adjusted his glasses. His tone was certain. Zhao Jiangwo went silent, then ordered, make contact. We need a local guide. Contact plan ready. Chen Guofeng said before the tactical map. The target is 2.1 kilometers from Outpost 0. Based on heat analysis, there is only one survivor. One person. I was surprised. In that hellhole. How did one person survive? That is what we need to learn. Zhao Jiangwo said grimly. Anyone who survives alone here is no ordinary person. We need their survival experience and their knowledge of this world. Operation codename, Ask the Way. Executed by 1st Recon Squad, Special Forces Brigade. With Hummingbird drone support, Lei Long saluted. Mission will be completed. This time, I could only watch. What if they are hostile? I could not help asking. Courtesy first. Zhao Jiangwo said calmly. We come with goodwill. But if they reject goodwill, we have enough firepower to calm them down. That afternoon, 2 Hummingbird drones launched first. Lei Long followed with 4 recon soldiers, moving fast and silent through building shadows. Stay hidden. Lei Long's voice came over the comms. Traces of a Rager, 300 meters ahead. On the screen, I saw a monster crouched on a bus roof. 10 minutes later, they reached the buildings. Target is on building 3, top floor. Lei Long reported, and on the drone feed, a thin woman held a broken makeup mirror, adjusting it toward the sun. She wore filthy work clothes, with a crude filter at her feet. And beside it, a broken bowl held a little murky water. She was clearly at the end of her rope. She is signaling with a mirror. Such an old rescue method means communications are long dead. It means she has not given up hope. Chen Guofeng analyzed calmly. The will to live is good. Desire creates room for trade. How miserable, I murmured, watching that dirty water. Her desperate fight to live pierced my heart. Captain, make contact, the observer asked. Zhao Jiangwo nodded. Execute plana. Drop supplies. Build initial trust. Understood. The drone descended slowly. The woman on the roof tensed at once. She grabbed a sharpened steel bar and hid behind a concrete pillar, staring hard at the drone. Do not be afraid. From the drone speaker came a gentle synthetic voice. We mean no harm. The woman said nothing, only tightened her grip. The drone dropped a clear sealed bag, landing it right before her. Inside was a compressed biscuit, a box of amoxicillin, and a 550 milliliter bottle of water. In that gray world, the bottle shone like a diamond. Gulp. I clearly saw her swallow hard. Instinct overwhelmed all reason. This is only a greeting gift. The drone's voice sounded again. If you are willing to talk, we need some information. In exchange, we can provide more food and water like this. The woman stared at the water, struggling in her eyes, before carefully grabbing the package. She tore it open, twisted off the cap, and drank only a small sip, then closed her eyes to savor it. 2 clear tears slid down her dirt-covered face. Contact successful. Lei Long's voice rang out. The fish bit. I watched it happen, feeling mixed inside. A bottle of water broke her defense. To someone drowning, a single straw is the whole world. Zhao Jiangwo watched the screen, his gaze deep, and we hold the entire arc. When that sweet water slid down her throat, the woman named Su Wan quickly calmed down. As a former virologist, reason was her instinct. She guarded the rest of the water, then raised her head, judging them again. They had drones, clean water and medicine. There was only one conclusion. This was a powerful force with complete industry. What do you want? Su Wan's voice was hoarse but clear. I have no supplies. Only my life and what is in my head. We want intelligence. The drone voice stayed gentle. About this city. About the zombies. And about existing factions. The more detailed, the better. Fine. Su Wan took a deep breath and took out a folded map, covered in marks of different colors. This is what I gathered in 3 months. She opened the map to the camera. Red zones are heavy infection areas. Never go there. Raigers and even spitters appear there. Blue zones are safe houses and supply points, but most have been picked clean. Black crosses mark Black Steel territory. They control the Northern Industrial Park. They have heavy weapons and hate outsiders. They capture survivors as slaves, even for experiments. This girl is an intelligence talent. Chen Guofeng ordered screenshots at once. Import all of this into the tactical map. Anything else? I asked through the mic. Besides this, any special news? Like anything strange? Su Wan thought for a moment. Disgust and fear flashed in her eyes. Recently, Black Steel has been collecting zombie heads. Heads? I froze. More exactly, what is inside the heads? Su Wan explained. From far away, I saw their hunting teams kill mutated zombies, then cut open the back of the skull and take out something like a crystal. The word crystal hit me like lightning. I looked at Zhao Jiangwo and Chen Guofeng. Chen Guofeng lunged toward the mic, asking rapidly, what color was the crystal? How big did it glow? Su Wan answered, most were gray-white, about fingernail-sized, but I once saw them fight over a red crystal, sacrificing an entire squad for it. Chen Guofeng took a deep breath, his voice trembling with excitement. Chief, if I am right, this may be a new high-energy substance. Ask if she knows its exact use. Zhao Jiangwo said deeply, I know a little. Su Wan said, Black Steel calls it God's blood. They believe it can grant people power, but the side effects are severe. Direct use causes death or mutation. Grant people power. My heart pounded wildly. To upgrade the dual crossing gate, it must need some special energy. Could it be this, Comrade Lin Han? Zhao Jiangwo suddenly spoke. It seems we need a deeper contact with this survivor. He watched the woman on screen, approval flashing in his eyes. Bring her back, Zhao Jiangwo ordered. We need her. Your intelligence is valuable. The drone voice spoke again. In return, we can offer you shelter. If you are willing, we can take you to a safe place. There is clean water, hot food, no zombies, and no Black Steel. Su Wan froze. In this hell, could such a place exist? When she looked down at the water in her hand, she could no longer refuse. Su Wan bit her lip. Her voice shook. I am willing. Good. The drone slowly rose. Stay where you are. Our pickup team is downstairs. Also, one more question. The voice suddenly asked her. What was your job? Su Wan hesitated, then straightened her back, a unique air rising from her. My name is Su Wan, Haishan Biotech, director of Lab 3 at the Research Institute. We found the C virus there. When Su Wan revealed her identity, the command center fell briefly silent. We had found more than a survivor. We had found a living library. Escort her back to the outpost at once. Zhao Jiangwo decided instantly. Raise her security level to maximum. Lei Long, if anyone blocks you, use any means necessary. Understood. 15 minutes later, Su Wan was brought into Outpost Lin. When she crossed the airlock and saw that bright, silver sci-fi space, she froze completely. This was not a survivor camp. It looked more like a national lab before disaster. Welcome, Dr. Su. I smiled and reached out. I am Lin Han. I introduced myself, and this is. You can call it a special operations base. I am Su Wan, she said softly, but her eyes kept drifting to the steaming, self-heating rice on the table. You are hungry, right? I pushed the meal toward her. Eat first, we will talk after. Su Wan almost broke down crying as she shoveled rice into her mouth. The hot rice burned her to tears, but she swallowed it with those tears. Watching this, my heart ached. 10 minutes later, the food was gone. Thank you. Her eyes cleared again, with a sharp edge returning. Now we can discuss the deal. No rush. Chen Guofeng walked over. A sealed bag. Inside was a gray-white crystal, The one Lei Long had dug earlier. From the Rager's head, Dr. Su, is this the crystal core you mentioned? Su-won glanced at it. Her pupils shrank. Yes, this is the lowest grade core, usually found in level 1 mutants. What exactly is it? Chen Guofeng stared at her. We call it a high-energy biopolymer. Su-won entered expert mode. The C virus rewrites a creature's energy system and stores energy in the brain as this crystal. In simple terms, it is the mutant's battery. A battery? My heart jumped. Correct, Su-won continued. Black Steel discovered that swallowing these cores has a tiny chance of enhancement, but the death rate reaches 99%. Energy, that word took all my focus. I reached out without thinking and touched the core through the sealed bag. The instant my fingertip touched it, a crisp sound rang inside my mind. Then a translucent stream of information appeared on my retina. Absorbable energy detected, level 1 biocore. Energy purity 12. Many impurities equals 12 energy points, absorbed. Current dual crossing gate level. Upgrade progress 0. Upgrade expands gate to 5 by 5 meters. Unlock material transport passage. Allow heavy vehicles through. I froze. Then joy surged through me. So this was the key to upgrading. The point of handing it over was using state power to hunt mutants and collect cores, then upgrade the gate. A perfect loop. Comrade Lin Han, what is wrong? Chen Guofeng noticed my reaction. I snapped back, holding back my excitement, and realized this was not the place. Chief, I have something important to report. I signaled to Zhao Jiangwo and pointed to the secure comms room about the use of this core. The airlock door closed. Speak, Zhao Jiangwo watched me. Chief, I know what this thing does. I took a deep breath. It can charge the gate. Charge it? Yes. I pointed toward the glowing gate. When I touched it, I received feedback. This thing provides energy needed to upgrade the gate. With enough of them, I can make the gate larger, even let tanks drive through. One sentence set the whole command center boiling. How many do you need? Zhao Jiangwo asked directly. For this low-grade core, probably around 100 by my estimate. 100, Zhao Jiangwo turned to the tactical map. His gaze landed on a red-marked zombie gathering point. His eyes turned razor-sharp. Lei Long, notify the Special Forces Brigade. Zhao Jiangwo pointed at the red dot. His tone cold. Seal off this entire area. Since monsters carry the energy we need, they are no longer threats. They are walking or veins. From this moment, we begin mining. After giving the mining order, Zhao Jiangwo's eyes returned to the live image of Su-won. Since Dr. Su's identity is confirmed, I suggest moving her to a P4 lab now. Chen Guofeng said. No, Zhao Jiangwo refused at once. Until we fully rule out incubation and mutation risks, she must not cross that gate. Behind us are 1.4 billion people. We cannot take that risk, he turned and ordered. Tell the engineer company to speed up. Finish sealing all of Outpost 0 quickly. Beside the gate in room 301, build a fully sealed medical isolation pod. Since she cannot come here yet, we will send civilization to her after a full day of clearing. Building 4 and nearby areas were secured. Engineers sealed every window with thick steel. My voice came through the speaker. Dr. Su, you must have realized, we come from another world, and for epidemic safety, we cannot invite you through yet. But in the room 301 medical pod, you are absolutely safe. Su-won smiled bitterly. She knew she was a possible infection source. I understand. Su-won breathed deeply. As long as I get clean water, anywhere is fine. When she entered the converted room 301 pod, its professionalism still stunned her. A silver negative pressure tent and brand new medical devices blinked with lights. ECG monitor, blood gas analyzer, spiral CT. Her fingers brushed the casing. They looked a bit heavier, but they were brand new and perfectly maintained. 2 female medics led her to the shower. Warm purified water poured down. Su-won stood stiffly beneath it, as if washing away 12 years of apocalypse. After disinfection, she changed into a new patient gown. Su-won lay on the soft medical bed. Then the transfer window opened. I stood outside in light protective gear, holding a meal tray. Dr. Su, General Zhao reminded us, your stomach has lacked oil too long, so the first meal must be gentle. This is a special nutrition meal. I smiled through the glass. I brought it myself. A greeting from a fellow countryman. The meal cover lifted. There was millet porridge, vegetables, 2 boiled eggs, and a small bowl of glossy braised pork. Su-won stared at the meat. Across 12 years of time, that familiar aroma struck her heart like a hammer. Is this for me? Su-won's voice trembled hard. Eat, there is enough, I said gently. Su-won trembled as she scooped up meat and ate it. In that instant, her tightly held heart broke. She covered her mouth, and her quiet sobs became loud crying. She, crying while stuffing food into her mouth. Tears fell into the porridge and mixed with the pork as she swallowed. She was just a girl who struggled 12 years in hell and finally tasted real life again. I stood quietly outside and passed over tissues. After a long while, Suwon finished everything. When she wiped her tears and looked up again, the weakness in her eyes was gone, replaced by a strength unlike before. Mr. Lin Han. Suwon looked at me, her voice hoarse but firm. I know what you fear. I am a virologist. I know the C virus better than you. I will stay here and assist all research. I will give you everything in my mind about this world. She looked toward the wall, as if seeing the gate next door. I have only one request. If one day I am confirmed safe, please let me see the sun over there. Inside the command vehicle, Zhao Jiangwo watched in silence. Tell her that day will come. Order engineers to work around the clock. Finish sealing all of Building 4 in 3 days. I want our soldiers in that building, breathing without gas masks. Outpost 0 construction surged ahead. Inside the room 301 medical pod. Cross-world scientific talks officially began. This is what I have collected on what you call the base mother. Chen Guofeng's voice came through the comms. Suwon frowned at the data on screen. This data is too shallow. The C virus is more like a nanobiological machine. A biological machine. Chen Guofeng frowned deeply. That is its disguise. Suwon explained. It can not only rewrite DNA, but also rebuild the host energy system. That is why zombies survive without eating, and higher mutants can launch energy attacks because they all have cores. Hearing that, my spirits lifted. I was holding the core, dug from the Rager's head. Dr. Su, since you are a virus expert, you must know what this thing contains. I asked, only partly. Suwon looked grave. That is a level 1 core, very impure. Its main component is an unknown bio-piezoelectric ceramic. What use is it to us? I pressed. Suwon fell silent, as if hesitating. In my world, some people tried injecting core extract to strengthen themselves, but my father opposed it because mortality was extreme and survivors faced high mutation risk. This thing is dangerous, extremely dangerous. I smiled. Do not worry, we do not need its biological enhancement, only its physical properties. As I spoke, I took the sealed bag and walked to the huge bulletproof window. Beyond the glass was the blue dual crossing gate. Dr. Su, since you do not know its energy level, let us verify it. What are you doing? Suwon looked confused. I did not answer. I took a deep breath and pressed my hand to the glass, my eyes fixed on the core. Absorb it, I silently commanded. The next second, Suwon was shocked. The gray-white core in my hand began glowing. Threads of pale blue light spilled from it, passing through the bag and glass, straight into the crossing gate. The vortex suddenly tightened. A low hum shook the entire floor. Then light burst outward. What is this principle? Suwon's eyes widened, staring in disbelief. The gate ate it. I released my hand. Inside the sealed bag, only a pinch of gray powder remained. At the same time, the message I had awaited appeared in my mind. Level 1 bio core absorbed successfully. Energy gain 12 points. Current upgrade progress 12, as expected. I clenched my fist, unable to suppress my smile. Dr. Su, I turned around and looked at stunned Suwon. This is its true use for us. It is not poison. It is a key. A key, Suwon murmured. Exactly, I pointed at the gate. This gate is hungry, and these cores are its food. Once it is fed, it will grow bigger, stronger, and steadier. At that moment, both Chen Guofeng on screen and Zhao Jiangwo in the command vehicle were deeply shaken. Cores equal energy, zombies equal moving or packs. Once this equation held, the whole strategy flipped instantly. Zombies had once been my nightmare, but now they were precious resources. Zhao Jiangwo's voice came over comms. Comrade Lin Han, are you sure 100 level 1 cores can complete phase 1 upgrade? Yes, I watched the progress bar in my mind, and I have a feeling the upgraded crossing gate will bring us a huge surprise. Good. Zhao Jiangwo slapped the table. Pass my order. All special forces enter level 1 readiness. Engineers, clear an armored route to the glowing gate. Since those zombies carry the energy we need, then we will dig it out. Inside the otherworld medical pod, Suwon watched everything. Her world saw zombies as death itself, but we saw them as resources. Is this the gap between civilizations? She murmured. I could feel. She believed our arrival would reshape the fate of her wasteland. Not salvation, but conquest. Level 1 readiness. Level 1 readiness. Alarms rang across both worlds. Squads of soldiers emerged from the gate. and quickly formed defense lines in the streets. Attention, this is not a drill. Everyone check gas masks and filters. Activate close-range friend or foe ID. Heavy weapons teams in position. Lei Long stood on the rooftop with binoculars. Is cold. Behind him, 2 heavy machine guns were ready, their muzzles aimed down the street. Reporting to command. Lore team is in position. Begin operation. Zhao Jiangwo's voice was steady. 500 meters from the outpost, 2 drones hovered in the air. Speakers hanging beneath them. A song that had vanished from this wasteland for 12 years. Played at deafening volume, shattering the silence of the apocalypse. Zombies hiding everywhere were like a nest kicked over, instantly boiling over. Amid countless roars, dense figures gathered like a swarm, chasing those 2 drones. The bait worked. The recon commander piloted the drones, guiding the zombie horde in. All units, target, entering firing range, distance 500 meters, 300, 100. Lei Long watched the horde below. There were at least 500. Among them were several extremely fast crawlers. But today, they faced a modern army. Fire, with one command. Fire, fire, fire. The rooftop heavy machine guns roared with 12.7 rounds, instantly tearing the front zombies into pieces. Then dozens of automatic rifles opened fire. Crossfire covered the whole street. This was not a battle. It was industrial slaughter. The zombies were fragile as paper, falling before reaching the line. Rager spotted in Zone 3, requesting sniper fire. Copy. On the roof, a sniper calmly pulled the trigger. Su Wan had confirmed this mutant, called a Rager, had thick skin and tough bones. Normal rifle rounds rarely killed it. One Rager leapt forward. Then its head burst like a melon. In less than 10 minutes, the gunfire thinned out. The street fell silent again, leaving only gore and a thick rotten stench. It is over already. Su Wan watched through the monitor, stunned, speechless. She had seen hopeless zombie tides, but before these soldiers, they were crushed so easily. This is firepower, I said beside her with pride. Dr. Su, welcome to the world where cannon range is truth. Clean the battlefield. Lei Long's voice rang out again. Engineers advance, hazmat team cover. Dig out the cores before the energy fades. Dozens of soldiers in hazmat suits moved out. Enduring the stench, they cracked skulls fast, searching for crystals. Level 1 core found, one here too. Captain, we found a red one, maybe level 2. Good news kept coming over comms. I stood before the gate, watching bloody bags of cores return. System alerts kept ringing in my mind. Absorbed level 1 core, energy plus 12. Absorbed level 1 core, energy plus 11. Absorbed level 2 core, energy plus 150. The upgrade bar rose wildly. Finally, when the last bag of cores entered the gate. Energy charge complete. Progress 1000, dual crossing gate upgraded to LV2. Gate size expanded to 5 by 5 meters, adjustable. New material transport channel unlocked. Stable state. New 2-way heavy vehicle passage unlocked. New spatial anchor migration unlocked. The original dark swirling vortex suddenly erupted with dazzling light. When it faded, what appeared before me was a flat-edged, rectangular light wall, steady as a mirror, like an interstellar gate, embedded in my bedroom wall. But the room was too small. The light wall pressed close to ceiling and floor, filling almost the wall. Current space limitation detected. Gate size automatically adapted. Maximum expansion, 5 by 5 meters. Host may adjust gate size by thought. I stared at the giant light wall, a smile tugging at my mouth, then turned and waved to the comm technician. The gate opened, and it is bigger than expected, but I pointed at the ceiling. This temple is too small for such a giant Buddha. We need to give it a new home. A new home. The comms went silent. Zhao Jiangwo watched the glow on screen, his eyes flashing bright. You mean the gate can move now? Yes, Chief. I nodded. Not anywhere I want, but I can move it to any nearby wall. As long as the wall is big, it can fully unfold. Good. Zhao Jiangwo stood up sharply. Notify engineering to start Plan B now. This so-called Plan B was the prepared second stage plan. An engineering unit had secretly taken over the underground shelter and turned it into a bunker. On the other world side, Outpost 0. All personnel, attention. Prepare to evacuate room 302. After receiving the order, Lei Long began dismantling defenses. Where are we moving? Su Wan asked in confusion. The defense system here just formed. Is it not a waste to abandon it now? Not at all. I smiled through the gate. Because where we are going is a real fortress. And I smiled mysteriously. We need room for some big guys. Lei Long, take Dr. Su to the underground garage. We will meet there. Yes, the move began quickly. On the real world side, The underground base cleared a huge concrete wall. On the other side, the engineers cleared an open area. By the underground garage entrance, 2 world coordinates aligned. Wall structure's strength approved. Other world personnel moved to safe zones. Migration may begin. Inside room 302, I looked around once, close, as my thought moved. The light wall shrank at once, flowed into the space between my brows. Let us go, I turned away, escorted by special agents, straight to the underground shelter entrance. 10 minutes later, inside the civil defense bunker, I stood before a massive concrete wall, with Zhao Jiangwo and researchers behind me. I took a deep breath, pressed my palm on the wall, and opened it. Deep blue light spread out, covering the entire wall instantly. 5 meters high, 5 meters wide, a square light wall, flat as a mirror, made everyone before it looked tiny. This was the LV2 dual crossing gate. Zhao Jiangwo stood at command, heart surging. Chief, passage test complete. Opposite side is Jinqiu Garden garage entrance. Space is open. No obstacles. Excellent. Zhao Jiangwo picked up the red command phone. This is Zhao Jiangwo. Order the steel flood to enter. Rumbling, the ground began to shake. First came a Type 99 main battle tank. This 55-ton king of land warfare rolled forward proudly. Its long 125mm smoothbore cannon radiated suffocating pressure. Behind it came the second and third, an entire tank company. Then infantry fighting vehicles, self-propelled artillery, and supply trucks. This was national power, a true dimensional strike. Base 1000, move out. The first Type 99 tank charged forward with unstoppable momentum toward the gate. The light mist rippled as the huge tank slowly sank into it. At the dark garage entrance in the other world, 2 headlights suddenly lit up. With a tremendous roar, the Type 99 tank burst out like a steel beast from the glowing wall gate. Then came the second, and the third, a fully mechanized armored force, miraculously appeared in the ruins. Suwon stood in the corner, completely frozen. She knew we were strong, but not this strong. Tanks, and top-tier main battle tanks at that. From deep inside the garage came zombie roars. A dozen zombies staggered out, including a huge brute. The leading Type 99 did not even turn its turret. It simply kept moving and rolled over them. Crack, crunch, a chilling wave of breaking bones rang out, whether ordinary zombies or that brute. Before 55 tons of steel, there was no difference. They became meat paste instantly. This is the steel flood. This is crushing force. I stood atop an armored vehicle and spoke to Stun Suwon. Dr. Su, let me reintroduce it. This is Otherworld Development Base 1. I pointed behind me at the endless armored convoy and smiled faintly. And this is only the beginning. The roaring engines drew zombies from 2 kilometers around. They roared forward like a black tide, madly surging toward the garage entrance. Report. Radar detects many heat signatures approaching. Numbers exceed 3,000 and still increasing. Inside command, the staff officer sounded urgent but calm. Zhao Jiangwo did not even blink and calmly gave the order. Saves us searching building by building. Let them in a little order. Armored units block the entrance. Free fire. At the underground garage entrance, 3 Type 99 tanks lined up, blocking it like a steel wall. Behind them were infantry vehicles and heavy machine gun positions. The first zombie wave roared in. Several fast hunters leapt high, trying to strike from above. In the first tank, the Type 99 commander watched coldly. The rooftop 12.7mm machine gun fired first. Then came 30mm cannons and machine guns. Dense tracer fire wove a deadly net. Those hunters in midair were shredded into bloody chunks. Front row zombies fell like wheat. The rear waves pushed over them and kept charging. 30mm high explosive shells burst in the horde center. Each blast lifted blood and flesh. Not one zombie got within 20 meters. This was not battle. It was one-sided slaughter. 40 minutes later, the gunfire faded. Outside the entrance slope, a 2-meter corpse hill had piled up. Several engineering loaders roared in, shoveling bodies like trash. Then recovery teams in hazmat suits entered, skillfully searching for cores. Level 1 core confirmed, another level 1. Confirmed, level 2 core. This rager had a red one in its head. One team member raised up a blood-red crystal. That unlucky rager had not even seen the tank clearly before a shell tore half its body away. Suwon stood in the command vehicle, staring at everything. In her memory, zombie tides meant death and despair. But today, those monsters were like raw materials on a line, efficiently killed, cleared, and recycled. Is this national strength? She murmured. This is nothing. I appeared beside her. and handed her an iced cola. When the Air Force joins, or missile strikes begin, you will see real fire coverage. Suwon took the cola, feeling unreal, dazed by it all. Dr. Su, your battlefield is there. I pointed nearby, where engineers were building white modular facilities at shocking speed. Suwon followed where I pointed, and her eyes widened instantly. P3 Mobile Biolab, I said with a smile. We brought in a full field setup, modular hospital and top mobile lab. Centrifuges, microscopes, gene sequencers, every top device we could think of. Suwon's hands trembled slightly. She knew their value too well. Power, water, supplies, and security. For a scientist, this was heaven. With equipment, I can deeply analyze these cores. Black Steel's crude direct use method is not only dangerous but terribly inefficient. Give me 3 days. With the data I brought, I can find its energy makeup and a truly safe way to use it. Light returned to Suwon's eyes. This is real science. Good. I nodded, watching the steel flood clear the battlefield. Several powerful searchlights lit on rooftops, piercing Haitian's 12-year darkness, announcing civilization's return. This place is safe now. I took a deep breath. From today on, with this building as center, 2 kilometers around is our absolute territory. Night fell. Several powerful searchlights pierced Haitian's darkness. Outpost Lin had taken root in the apocalypse. Haitian third water plant, the wasteland's biggest den of money and evil. Electric nets lined its high walls. Towers held heavy guns and searchlights. Outside lay the slums. Thousands of survivors crowded like livestock, working for inner-city masters just to earn muddy water and half a moldy protein block. Beyond one wall, the inner city was another world. Inside a luxury office, Lin Han elegantly cut his luncheon meat. As Black Steel's intelligence chief, he enjoyed the wasteland's finest treatment. This batch tastes worse than last time. Lin Han frowned. Next time, have the search team check that rich lady's basement. There should be imported cans not expired. Yes, Brother Sen, his secretary trembled. Then urgent knocking sounded. Lin Han's eyes turned cold. Did I not say never disturb my meals? Brother Sun. Something huge happened. A trusted man rushed in, face full of terror. Why panic? Lin Han glanced at him with annoyance. Did those Wolfgang mad dogs raid the water convoy? Or did the church set up another mass trap? Neither, the man swallowed and pointed outside. You should see it yourself. Lin Han snorted and walked to the window, then yanked open the curtain. The next second, the wine glass in his hand fell and shattered. His pupils suddenly shrank as he stared outside. About 5 kilometers southeast of the plant, a blinding white beam shot into the clouds, in the ink-black ruins. It looked so bright and so brazen. That is Jinqiu Garden near Haitian number 1 high. Lin Han narrowed his eyes. Is that not a zombie disaster zone? Who dares turn on lights there? Not just lights, his subordinate reported shakily. Half an hour ago, dense explosions suddenly came from there, and gunfire. How loud was the commotion? Like an army entering the city. A dull explosion carried over clearly, making the bulletproof glass buzz. Lin Han's face changed completely. As a retired, he knew that sound too well. That is a 30mm high explosive shell, he muttered in disbelief. Yes, that firing speed, that rhythm. It is a 04A infantry cannon, and that is a 12.7 anti-aircraft gun. In this apocalypse, where even rifle rounds are currency, who still has organized heavy firepower? Could it be federal remnants? Impossible. Lin Han rejected it at once. Haitian military district was swallowed by the horde 8 years ago. I confirmed it myself. Brother Sun, could the wild Wolfgang have found a pre-war arsenal? Lin Han sneered. That brute Lei Hu would use a cannon like a hammer. And even if he had cannons, he would not have that many shells. He stared at the beam and the non-stop gunfire, his fingers trembling slightly. Listen to that noise. It has been almost an hour. That is saturation fire. The ammo fired every second could buy us 100 slaves, even at our strongest. We never wasted like this. After fear came deep greed. Lin Han's eyes flashed like a hungry wolf. Whoever is there, they mean a massive treasure. Maybe an arsenal. Maybe an energy facility. Or even a huge stash of cores. Pass my order. Lin Han stopped. His old coldness returned, but the frenzy in his eyes remained. Send the Night Owl squad. His man shivered. Brother Sun, Night Owl. They are our best elite, since the enemy has that firepower. Normal men would just die. Lin Han said coldly. Let Night Owl lead. Give them the best gear. Type 11 suppressors, and those few treasured Gauss rifles. He paused, then from the drawer took out a vial glowing pale blue, and threw it over. Tell Night Owl, if things get tough, he may use drug number 2. His man caught the vial in panic, hands trembling. It was a berserk drug. That greatly boosted strength briefly but had severe side effects. The mission is simple, learn their details. Lee Sin walked to the window, looked at the beam, and made a throat-cutting gesture. If they are passing dragons, we play humble and talk cooperation. If they are lucky fat sheep. A cruel smile rose on his lips. Then we eat them down to the bones. Every bullet there, and every core belongs to Black Steel. At the same time, 2 kilometers from Jinsho Garden, at the Wild Wolfgang base, it looked even more like Wild Wasteland. Walls made of wrecked cars were hung with mutant beast skulls. The camp was dead silent now. Everyone gathered on the wall, staring dumbly at the distant fire. The burly Lei who stood at the highest point, holding a chipped monocular telescope, staring hard that way. Boss, should we go join the fun? One underling leaned in, eyes shining with greed from that noise. It must be a big prize. They have fought so long, they must be nearly spent. After they finish the zombies, should we loot the scraps? Maybe we can grab good guns. Lei, who slapped the underling hard, loot scraps.